Hello and welcome to Kinda Crafty Kenzie. I am Kenzie, of course, and for today's video we're just going to do one little fun project that I've been meaning to share with you guys. So let's go! So today's video is definitely something different than what I normally post. I do not usually put only one DIY in my videos. I usually wait until I have like a few of them and I collab them together and put them out there for you guys. But I actually made this sign quite a few months ago, probably like 3 months ago now, and I just never really knew where to kind of put it into my videos. And truth be told, it could have totally went in with any spring DIY decor because that's really what this is. But I never really thought that it was good enough. This is definitely one of my like top 5 worst DIYs, I feel. But my daughter fell in love with this as soon as I made it. And she asked me immediately, can I have it? Can I have it? And of course I gave it to her because, you know, she never really asks me for anything that I make. And she just said this is like her favorite DIY that I've ever made. So of course I gave it to her because it made my heart so happy that she loved it so much. And then I kind of forgot about it. And then she asked me the other day, did you ever put on YouTube that sign you made me? And I said, no. And she said, well, you really should because it's really, really good. So I thought, okay, you know, I don't feel it's really good because I am my own worst critic, but, you know, so my daughter is the reason you are seeing this today, you guys. So all I am doing is just literally just playing around with paint. I'm not the best freehand painter. I have absolutely no schooling. A year ago, I would have thought I had no talent, but it just shows that if you just kind of get out of your own head and just go for it, amazing things can happen. Not saying this is amazing, but I've surprised myself at how far I've come in less than a year. But just to let you know, guys know, all I'm doing is making like a pretty landscape sign. I just grabbed a small scale rectangular MDF sign from the Dollar Tree, flipped it over, and I used the celery green chalk paint for like a grass, and then I just used the white chalk paint, and then the really pretty light blue is called Pool. And I'm just making like a sky look. And I thought that if I would just kind of like go back and forth with the blue and the white, then you would get like a blue sky with some cloud look. And it kind of just worked out. Like I had absolutely no plan, no inspiration, nothing to follow. I just went with it. If you are new to my channel today, I just want to take a second and say welcome. My name is Mackenzie, aka Kenzie. I am a stay-at-home mom to 3 little girls, and I am from a very small rural town in Pennsylvania. I am obsessed with anything to do with home decor, so I love to DIY, repurpose, turn trash to treasure, craft, upcycle, recycle, and of course a thrift flip. So if you love stuff like that, you are going to love it here. I can also be found over on Instagram and on Facebook, all under Kinda Crafty Kenzie, and all of those links are in my description box of this video and in my bio. Now let's craft some more. So I decided that this little painting would be really cute if I added a picket fence that I just decided to just play around with and make out of craft sticks from the Dollar Tree. I absolutely love picket fences. Y'all see me make them all the time, and you're gonna see more because I'm obsessed. That's an understatement. I just think they're so pretty. They're just so country and just so charming, and I just love, it's really cliche, but I just love that saying, like, you know, the white picket fence with the golden retriever in the yard. And yes, I have a golden retriever in the yard, but I do not have the white picket fence, so that's why I DIY lots of them, because I'm not going to make one out of popsicle sticks from my yard. But guys, I just like measured out, you know, how tall I wanted it to be and compared with like the ratio on my sign, you know, compared with like where the ground met the sky, etc. And then I just, you know, kind of played around and went with it. And I'm not a real big in measuring, you guys know that. I try to eyeball everything. Most of the time it works out, sometimes it doesn't. It did work out pretty good in this scenario, but you can see what I'm doing. I'm just literally, you know, just playing around, cutting the wood, and then I did sand off those sharp edges, and I tried to shape them a little bit more, and then like the parts of the fence that like would go horizontal, I just rounded those edges off. And then I'm just going to give these a coat of the white chalk paint and give it like a nice whitewashed look. First I'm gonna glue it because that makes more sense. And as you guys can see, I have my ruler there to make it look like I'm measuring, but I'm actually not. It's literally there just for aesthetic purposes. And sometimes measuring, or not measuring rather, works out fine. I love to eyeball stuff, and I don't know. I don't measure when I cook. I don't measure when I craft. I just don't like to measure. Yes, it has definitely come back to bite me, but sometimes, and most of the time, it works out really, really good. Some of the time it does not, and this is one of those times that I was like, oh, poop. Now, can you say poop on YouTube? Well, I just did. Now I have to trim my little fence down because I messed up. But then on the edges, I just went ahead and sanded those, you know, little dangerous edges off, and now I am whitewashing my little fence.
Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights.
So, and now I had a vision in my head of what I wanted this to look like. Y'all have probably seen it, maybe in a picture or even like in a movie, where there's like a hunk of fence, you know what I mean? Like a piece of fence still standing from like where a fence was tore down, and there's like weeds and flowers growing. It's like usually really pretty, like out in a field or something. I don't know, maybe it's just those dreamy movies that we all watch. But that's what I was seeing in my head. But then my husband came in and said, oh, why didn't you make it bigger? Why didn't you give it a gate? So then I had to make it bigger. And I should have just left it alone because my vision, I think, would have been better if I'd have left it alone. But it is what it is, and here we are. So those little tiny circles came from the Dollar Tree bag of like assorted wood. And I know y'all have so much trouble finding them, you guys. I don't even know if they're still out there. I found it back in December, and I found 2 bags, grabbed them both, and never saw them again. I couldn't even tell you. The only other person I know, other than some ladies here on YouTube that have found it, is some family I have out in Wisconsin. And like I said, that was back in December, and I wasn't even looking for it. I literally just stumbled upon it. So I'm sorry, you guys, but I'm sorry. It's Dollar Tree's fault, not mine. So anyways, so I use those little circles to make the center of like the flowers, as you can see. No, those aren't people. Those are flowers. And I made the little circles. I want them to be 3D to match like the fence because I thought it'd be really cool to have some 3D popping off of the sign. So that's what I did for those. And then I just, as you can see, freehanded with some of that really pretty green, like fern green color, and just went ahead with my flowers and like my weeds. Now my flowers are wildflowers and they are growing like crazy. That's why they're so tall. That's what I say. I don't know why my weeds aren't growing as good. I don't know. Maybe we need rain. But that is all I did here, you guys. So this is probably where me and the sign broke up. Because I made this, like I said, months ago. And all of my flower decor that I have created since then, you guys know, if you've been here before, that I do not like the yellow orangey center of the flower. That I have been creating all of mine white. I've tried multiple times to go with the yellow and it just never works out. And I really feel that if I would have done the tops of these flowers differently, I would have liked this sign a lot more. But because of those circles being yellow and then the way I painted these flowers, I just lost some love for it. So it bummed me out because I was proud of it up until here, and I was kind of like, oh. But I still kept going and did the best that I could. I just used some of apple barrel acrylic paint from Walmart, you guys, to create the flowers. And then I did go around them with this paint marker. This one's actually from Dollar Tree, and I highly recommend it for $1. It's a really nice paint marker. My other paint markers are on my Amazon, links in the description box. But I just went around and tried to give these flowers some definition. And I just went back and forth in between colors and just picked some that I thought were cute, like kind of pastel, pretty colors.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on.
Okay, so we're just going to ignore just how bad my flower drawing skills are. We're just going to kind of skate over that. Just don't look. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying. You know, hand drawing flowers isn't my thing. But did you see the picket fence? No, I'm just kidding. But I wanted to post this video today, you guys, because I wanted to share with you. I like to share with you my best work, and I wanted to share with you my worst work. Because we're not all perfect. We can't always be perfect. I can edit stuff all day long and cut out the parts I don't want you to see. But I want to always be real with you guys, be true with you guys, because that is who I am. I am just a real person. I am not somebody famous. I'm not trying to be famous. I'm not trying to be somebody I'm not. And I just want you guys to see that we all make mistakes. We are not always going to perform at our best. We're going to have bad days, etc. And even when we think that we did our worst, somebody may feel we did our best. And this DIY represents that to me, because this was what I felt was my worst DIY I've created. I was going to pitch it. And then my daughter said, no, I love it. It's my favorite. I want it. And she has it. And this may be something she has for the rest of her life. And we'll look back in 10 years and we'll make fun of it, because my flower drawing skills are going to be bomb by then. But not only that, it will always be a moment for me, not just a DIY. So, a little sentimental, y'all, I know, but I wanted to share that with you because I get a lot of comments on how talented y'all think I am, and I appreciate it so, so much. Your comments and your kindness have literally brought happy tears to my eyes, because I just know, it just feels so good. Like, you guys have no idea. But we can't always be perfect, and I never want to discourage anybody. I never want you to watch me create and think that I'm so perfect at everything, that I don't make mistakes, that you could never be that good. You just have to keep trying, you guys. I would have never thought a year ago I would be here, and that's just what life is. You just never know where it's going to take you. So never, ever, ever give up. Keep working. And I'm here to inspire. I'm here to help. I never want to make you feel like you're not good enough. So if you ever need anything, even a friend, I'm 100% real. Reach out to me any way you want. I'm here for you guys. So on that note, let's move on. So you all saw me attach the rope hanger to the back. Super easy. Just a nautical rope from the Dollar Tree, of course. And then I just took some of that same fern green that I used on those flowers. Ooh, and then I just went through and kind of highlighted some of like the grass and like, you know what I mean. You see what I'm doing here. And you know, I thought I was Picasso when I was painting this. Like, I was just going for it. And no, it didn't work out the way I wanted. But that's okay. Because I'm going to be my own version of Picasso, so I'm not going to give up. So, and now I decided to just go ahead and make like a little walkway. I thought that'd be kind of cute, you know, just not like a home lives there, but you know, like maybe a home had been there, and there's just like some of the remnants of the home, like the flower bed, you know, the flowers, there's still some seeds they're growing, like I said about the fence, and then I thought maybe like an old walkway. So I just used some white chalk paint and some gray chalk paint, and I just went back and forth like you can see, and I laid it, and I used black as well, but I laid it on pretty thick because I wanted it to look textured. And if you touch this, it's like super textured and super like raised up off of like the board, so it worked out pretty good.
I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
In spite of it all, I really did have fun making this. It was really fun to just, you know, not have a super big vision in my mind, to kind of let it come to life as I worked, not be inspired by a picture on Pinterest or something in a store and try to recreate my own, but to literally just get some paint brushes and just start painting. Now, I might have thought that I was going to like beat Picasso here and surprise myself, and I didn't, but that's okay because like I said, it was still fun and I learned some things. I learned where I am good at certain techniques maybe, and I learned where I am bad. And we know where that was. But the point is, I'm this, like I said, this DIY will definitely go down as something more than just a picket fence on a little hillside with some flowers and grass and an old walkway. But anyways, you guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope that it reached you if you're out there and maybe you're struggling and you need that little bit of push and that little bit of self-confidence booster in you to kind of keep you going in something. Maybe you're doubting yourself and you just, you know, you need that little bit of fire. I've got lots of matches. So I am here to help y'all, and that's what I'm here for. That's what, you know, my platform is for. But anyways, you guys, let me know what y'all think and be gentle, because words hurt. No, I'm just kidding. Like this video if you liked it, y'all. If you aren't subscribed, I'm not always this sentimental, so go ahead and subscribe. See what I have coming up for the rest of the week. I'm so excited to share some cool things with you that I found at somewhere I've never been before, and I'm super excited to share some outdoor DIY decor with y'all. So I will see you guys really soon in my next one. Bye.
Traffic light.